Exactly. I'm singing
You
along
got
to
off
the end of
track.
the song, man, but you know, it's like,
Ah,
no, we gotta press on.
I'm sorry. Not sorry.
Sorry,
Uh,
not sorry.
I know.
Man,
Got you good
fucking
there.
savage today, Johnny. Not pulling your punches for little old me. Oh man.
Let's look at this thingy mabobber here. So we did something last time, and
No, no, we didn't. We didn't do anything last time.
we never went over anything though.
We didn't do anything.
Yeah, we did. What are you talking about? I went over like 7, 8 days worth of stuff.
Yeah. No way.
So what I was thinking for the first one of the string instruments is when you're playing when I have a tune going, I can use one of my masks in that music.
You're wanting to put a mask in the music?
So I pretty much I want to play a masks tune, pretty much. And I was thinking of doing it like this way. Um, the first is anything made of dust. The last is anything made of anything made in the upper floors. And if you want to have stuff, want to change it up, being like only the lost sectors have their own certain instrument, or only the yeah, I'm not sure. The first could be any floor zero mask, maybe. But that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of having the yin and the yang of stuff made from dust and stuff made from um, fluidium, or in the upper floors, made on one of the other floor masks, compared to stuff made from dust or whatnot. I'm sure you can still make dust on other floors, maybe. I don't know, but that's what I was thinking. I think it'd be cool to be able to play and then use that power in the song. So if I want to use my devouring mask on like an area effect, or just playing it and directly affecting them instead of having to touch them, for example, that's what I would use one of the strings for. I'd play with the mask. But that was a thought for one of the artifacts. Um,
Which one is it that you're trying to turn a mask into?
I wanted to do it for the first, which is one of the string instruments. I got
Right, but what mask would you be playing with?
um,
So that you would
anything
also
made of dust.
right,
So a mask made of dust.
okay.
And the last would be a mask made of fluidium.
Which
Um,
one?
anyone. I have to use a charge for each mask I use, for example. It's a once time thing. It's a one time thing.
Alright. So you wanna make a string instrument that you can play with using masks, kinda like a bow or a pick or whatever,
Sure,
and
that's one way to think about it.
or I don't
I was gonna like resonate with the mask. I don't know how you want to do it. I thought that it would be a good power to use. Um,
what's the goal of it?
to be able to play it through sound instead of its other restraints it usually has. So I can add it to my tune I'm doing instead of like
But what
how it
does it
normally is.
do once you've added it to the tune?
It applies that mask's effect to whatever I'm doing with the tune.
Um,
Does that not make any sense?
yes and no, because most of it becomes completely irrelevant because
Right.
most of the masks are so eclectic in what they can give you. So the moment you go, hey, I want to give free rolls to someone and use a platinum mask that has a bunch of rerolls, sure, but the rest of the mask is useless in that instant.
And you're saying I can't use the whole mask.
What would you use it for? Because you're trying to use the mask to harmonize, but the only thing you're trying to harmonize is what you're directing the song to do. But if the song you're doing is something basic, but you need something powerful, you're only going to harmonize with the part that you need.
Okay.
I mean, so if you were to use the power that you're envisioning in your head, how would it work? Give me an example.
All right. So I want to do a loophole in a sense. I want to play towards a large crowd. Uh, I want to play towards multiple people. In this case, I will play my first string, or no, my last. In this case, this is a different type of mask, and I'll use my mask of devouring. So instead of being able to hit one person by touching them with the mask, I play it, and everyone who hears is affected by the mask.
The black mask you got.
Yeah, the devouring mask.
Okay.
Is that it? Oh, that was my thought process on being able to use a mask per se. That was like, all right, if I could do that, I bet I could do other things with other masks. And I was like, a charge would be definitely a big usage, but
Not if
at
you're hitting thousands of people with the devouring mask. That
yeah,
would not that
and
would
then
not
that would
be
be would not be worth it, as you're saying.
well, no, I mean, it would be worth it because like, you're trying
No,
to
you're
devour.
saying my what I have currently couldn't do that, is what you're saying.
N You're not gonna be able to do that with a black mask. You can start at potentially white masks and then work your way up because you built a basic instrument. It doesn't have any big upgrades. It's it's a dust creation, but you'll notice that there are some other parts that you've come across that are rather interesting, like the bone cage.
Right.
That's made of weird material that you've never seen before, and dust doesn't hold that well together under incredible strain and weird circumstances. 'Cause it's
Right.
dust.
You need the glue to make it into something more.
Hmm.
But these are made through the loom. So what is the
You can do pretty basic stuff. Doesn't really. It's not too bad here because doesn't have too much strain. But if you go back into a Floodium flooded labyrinth, stuff's not going to hold up for very long without reinforcement,
I
especially
see.
if you're trying to apply massive effect to a lot of people. It's the reason why you don't see dust in the labyrinth. It all comes down here.
Sure. So this is the start. All right. What do you want them to do then? How do you want Degrees of Success to relate to what's
But you've built your instruments. Like, they're
for sure?
fine.
Yeah, but what am I going to be able to do with them? Is my question.
Those instruments, you can attempt to try something. Like, they're not really particularly limiting in what they can do as an artifact. They're kind of open ended. But because they're open ended, it's very questionable about which can and can't work because there's no defining limits. It's not just use this, get an ability, or apply this ability, make rolls. It's more of I built an instrument. Let's do some weird stuff with this energy and try and combine it with this. And then you can kind of ask to see what it can do. You apply some resources and see if it can work. So
Okay.
it pretty much can do anything you're asking for, but it doesn't mean it will work, and it could mean the instrument just destroyed and you do not get what you want either. So there's a bit of mystery element trying to figure out the limitations and the bounds of what your instruments can and can't do, and how they can hold up trying to fulfill your request. Playing with dust. What does it do?
Um, let's try things out then. So what I'm hearing from this then is that these don't
Mhm.
have a description. They don't have a purpose per se. They are used, and it all depends on what you ask.
Yep. So if you ask for something ridiculous, probably won't happen, and the device will probably destroy itself in the attempt, and you'll lose whatever resource you put into it. If you try something more reasonable, there's no reason why it can't.
Okay. And it costs the energy to use. I'm guessing still, right?
Sure does.
Okay. Is there a cap on, or just like I have this many charges to use it?
It needs at least one of any variety, and you can
Okay.
always throw as many as you want.
All right. Does using all the charges destroy the object?
Well, it doesn't destroy the object, it just has no more energy.
Okay. It's your 10 minutes, Allie.
No, I'm done the whole anime,
Oh,
so I guess
I guess it's time.
time. Do you want some crisp?
Uh, sure.
That bridge
Maybe I'll
does
just
not
take
look
it off
good,
my
friend.
bed.
Mm-hmm. We shall see.
Going this way, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just gonna wander?
Uh, yeah.
Is there? Are you aiming for a purpose, or are you?
Mostly looking for lights or people.
You can always go back to the seller,
The cellar?
the merchant. Want the fallen spire?
Mm-hmm. But I don't really have anything to sell.
Um, let's see. Uh, all right, let's get you rolling. Shoop.
All righty, I'm back.
You is RM back.
Yeah, and walking around and trying to sense out some blood.
Some blood.
Mhm.
All right. What type of live blood we talking about?
Lab blue? I'm confused.
Live blood, live blue.
Blood?
Yeah, blood. Just being a goober.
Being a goober?
Yep.
I guess I don't really have anything stored up per se. It's more if I find it, either in the air, on the ground, or I guess right now I'm scavenging. I suppose I don't have anything in mind. I want to try and make a mask in here, but I don't have anyone to try it on. So, what I will do is I will continue wandering.
Wandering downtown.
Looking for something new in this gray place.
Oh, hey, Alley Cat.
Hey.
How you doing?
Of burgers. I took the day off.
Well, I'm glad.
Me too.
All right. So, that'll make me. Let's see. What you thinking for trying to find stuff?
Influence and perception. Trying to find something new. And I want to be the first to get it. So I'll play my first string.
Okay.
I'll just roll them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. On the dot and a 4 for influence. That's
Okay,
pretty
cool.
good. That's a good start,
So
too.
we're gonna.
-1 from the first.
Where are you keeping your information on your artifacts that you have for orchestra?
Artifacts, powers, and orchestra.
Hmm.
That listing it out seems like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Good, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried that making a big batch like that would mess it up, but it's hard to mess up Chris.
I agree.
Where's the bone cage that you got?
That's in trinkets, trophies. No trinkets, no trophies. Which one's that? Yeah, it's at the bottom of trophies.
Oh, there's a bunch of space.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Let me actually grab your token because that might be a thing. There's a pull left or right.
Oh.
And you gotta pick.
Left is 1, right is 2. Orchestra flips an imaginary coin in her head.
Oh, look at you not being able to just pick.
Left it is.
You just can't pick, can you?
The first comes on the left-hand side if you're counting numerals.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Well, Matt, I see a big old light, but I don't see a token. If that's expected, then I understand, but I can see you
No.
with that.
Let's see the white object.
Oh, I do. I don't see myself, is what I'm telling you.
Well, you're on the left, or on the left side of the page, so
There we
you
go.
should be able to see.
I do now.
Yeah.
So I come to a somewhat familiar passing. I use one who wears the mask on the glow. I don't even think I need it. I can tell there's veil within it just by the color hue.
The wisps. Yeah.
Mhm.
The comet tail.
Yep.
Yep.
It seems strong and powerful.
Very large,
Very large.
sitting in a bowl, a basin.
Hmm. I will put my hands to the floor, and I will pound my heartbeat to feel the dust below, to see if anyone's waiting for me.
Nope.
You don't need a roll.
No one's down there.
No one's down there. Okay, so one charge used of the drum. I go up to it, place my hands upon it, and I start to weave the wisps. And I'm gonna put it into the pillars. But first,
Right.
let's do that.
You do hear a voice. You trade for it, yes.
Didn't realize it was someone else's.
Put on display it is, yes.
How about a trade for a song? Something I'm sure you don't get to hear much of.
No.
I understand. No for the trade. Let's how about I make you an instrument with this?
No.
Okay.
It is rare object, yes. Unblemished. Much larger than the rest, yes.
I bet you want something done. You put it on display for someone to pique their interest.
A task, yes.
Yes, I'm sure there must be something that you would like. Something that only I can do for you.
No.
But something need to be done nonetheless.
Yes. Take the light. You may. Know that you owe, you do. Yes.
An orchestra will look at it and say, if
We
you would
will
like a
collect.
transaction, you offering this for something owed.
This is strength you will need, yes. You are different, yes.
I am unique. This is true.
As are we.
Who are you?
We are many, like you.
Then why don't you use this for yourself? Or was I correct in the sense that it is a
We
A
no
lure.
longer need them, yes.
Oh,
And also, this is more attractive for others if left unblemished, yes.
I see.
We could feast upon it, yes. But then it would do very little for us, then, yes. Take it. You may, but know that you owe, and we will ask in time, and you will pay, yes.
I would prefer to have the task now and pay for it in
No.
advance. I understand. She will look at it with envy.
It is the biggest orb you've seen so far with it is completely unblemished, unsapped until you touched it.
Until I touched it.
You have partially blemished it by starting to weave. This is literally untouched.
Right. Kuroko will say, or Orchestra will say, you drive a hard bargain.
A fair bargain, yes.
Fair bargain. Ah. Someone always needs someone else to do something. If it's not me, it's someone else.
Yes.
And Orchestra will say, I take great pride in touching what I buy. I have tainted your lure, and I cannot say that I would. I cannot say that I would take away this opportunity for others to come, because it is my fault that things have changed. So, Orchestra will accept the bargain, even if it is a fool's errand, because
No fool's errand. No.
and Orchestra will form it and use a few things here while she eats, and forms it into something edible like the king showed. Orchestra will play the pillars. Let's turn the amp on her throne that she's been building. And the heartbeat will bump. And the last will play its string for the last time this light will see this night. And form it into a, as I subtract, as I use five charges from the amp, two from the heartbeats, in the last 3 times. And I will absorb this into myself, weaving the glue between myself, the dust that holds me together, and go from there. How would you like me to roll?
Well, it's up to you. Do you want to devour it or are you holding on to it?
Like I said, I'm going to do the king's ransom, and
Well, as I said, you get to eat it on the spot for upgrades.
yep,
Or
which
you
I'm going doing.
can.
Which I'm doing.
Okay. All right. So.
So, but like you said before, like you showed me, there's a way to refine it, process it, and
Mhm.
consume it. I'm doing that, and I'm also playing some instruments at the same time.
All right. This is very, very strong.
That's why I used a lot of resource in my playing.
Okay. It is a 7 charge. Light.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll 1d10 until we.
Is there nothing included with the instruments then?
Well, we're rolling the 1d10 for your face stealer upgrade.
So 1d10.
All
7.
right, you're already at level 7, so that's just stored.
Yep. And you're saying I'm doing this 6 more times?
Mm-hmm. But we're doing it one at a time. All right, 2 stored,
3 stored.
3,
4.
4. All right, and your 5th one, that'll be level 8. Face stealer shenanigans. All right.
And that has 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 charges. Yeah, beforehand because I had 1 extra. Would you like me to keep rolling, or would you like me to?
We're going to, but I'm currently giving you better upgrades.
Yeah, I figured as much.
All right. Um, okay, that should make it far more powerful. So there we go. Um, give you a couple more of those. A couple more of those. Level 8s gets an upgrade here. Mm. There, that'll be bolded. And since you figured out what it was, kind of, I'm gonna put that in there. Go ahead and roll me your 1d10 plus. Oh no, that's when you upgrade your insanity thing. Okay.
Mhm. You want to give me more insanity?
Mm-hmm. You upgraded. You're a bigger space dealer now.
Mhm.
Roll me 1d10 plus 8.
16. Oh, 8 though.
All right, where are we at with your insanity?
We are at 100 and if we add 16 to that, it's going to be 12. So I think 112.
All right, that should be pretty beefy. Here you go. Up your physical stat cap, your mental stat cap. It gave you some extra bonuses, which I will fill out on your sheet.
Mhm.
There's a couple extra abilities and a little extra errata on there on the "Why You Do This to Me" folder.
Okay, let's check them out.
I have those. And then I gave you a lot more armor. Let's see if you can catch it.
In your change?
Yeah, the why you do this to me folder. Let's see if you can catch the changes.
Well, I see that I can now add parts of the question mark to upgrade the mask made. So does this mean I can use it while when I have the mask, or only after the mask? Like, so sorry. Let me say this one more time. While I'm creating the stealing the face ability, while I'm using it, is this the only time I can add this ghostly veil, or can I add it after I've stolen a face?
During creation.
Only during creation. Gotcha.
But you can add a whole bunch. So
Yeah,
you can
for
turn
sure.
like basically a white mask into a platinum if you got enough ghostly vitae. I gave you more mass powers from trophies. You can pull 3 stat blocks, 1 reroll power if available, 1 esoteric, 1 defense, 1 offense.
Okay, those are new for sure.
I also gave you more trinket. Can use more trinket powers from belt, up to 6 now.
Yep.
Give you more artifacts you can use.
So are the artifacts included in my loom or no?
Yes, those are artifacts.
Okay, so I don't know what it was before. Then I must not have been able to. Let's say I didn't have the thorn. I used all of them.
So the downside to your species is that you make your own, but it also chews up your limit.
Fair enough. Well, I have 5, so I won't go over it now. Hierarchy of Face Stealers is new. Right, makes sense for Afflicted.
You see why that the trio was so scary?
Mm-hmm.
They're very strong, and that's why they nearly had you basically enslaved to their will for an hour. So it's bad.
Well, I'm glad I passed.
Okay, roll me a 1d100, and then we'll roll for trauma. Trauma, mama.
100. 83. So this is the big boy 100, right?
Yep. AKA the not good.
Sure.
Um.
Let's do. All right. Let me put this in the thing. Crippling trauma. So bad things. The character becomes completely traumatized and virtually unresponsive. He cannot initiate actions, but can be gently led. This effect lasts for 1d10 days. Roll me 1d10.
Sure. Eight days.
All right. Basically, curl into the dust and just kind of rock back and forth. Okay. The ability you get from it. Hold on, let me just double check something from this. Also make me a toughness test, please.
Sure.
You die.
Oh.
The character is so overcome with terror and his heart stops, he must make a challenging +0 toughness test or die. If he succeeds, the character still falls unconscious for 1d5 hours and cannot be roused for that time.
Cool.
You got any rerolls? Got any rerolls, friend?
Well, the question is, can I take estet of things that I have currently within myself? For example, allocate it from a shield power to something else.
As long as it's inside you, yes. If it is trying to pull from that statue, no.
Yep, I know the statue's not connected right now. So,
Okay.
so what I do have is my my
Your shield?
shielding. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I'll take one from there and
Look.
reroll. Bada boom, bada bing.
Okay, you don't die. Uh, Willpower int. Out of context. Completely out of context.
Intelligence.
Okay.
If anything, it's to do with insanity, and insanity affects the mind the most, I'd say. Okay. Should be at the bottom. Of Waidu?
Yep. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Once per session. Cool.
But of course, you can use merit to up that.
Of course. I'm pretty sure I have all my abilities. You put them in there nicely. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, that's your insanity power. Also, now you've reached over 100. Your connection to the main Roku is tenuous at best.
Okay.
So tenuous that you kind of are an estranged family member that people do not look upon with warmth.
Well,
You're connected.
yeah.
Barely.
It's not past my threshold.
No. If it ever does,
Yeah.
this is now an NPC.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's what I'm saying. You're pushing the limit. If you level up here again, I'm going to give you more insanity, and it may break the limit.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
Roll two
So
D10.
yeah, exactly. I could roll
Pray
2.
not for a 9 and pray not for a 10.
So here's the first one. 9.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I might be dead. I might be dead.
You can use your S to force a reroll.
I could.
See if you can get lower. But this automatically makes you go to a level 9.
It's true.
But I'm going to make you roll 10 plus 9 insanity.
Yeah. So you're gonna 1d10 plus 9, right?
Oh yeah.
So I just want to double check to see if I can do it, because then if I can't, then I know I can do it for this one, most likely. So if I check my threshold, it should be 133. I'm at 116 now.
Roll low.
So all I need to do in this case, if I roll a so 133 minus 116. So if I roll a 9 or a 10 here, then for the insanity gain,
Is no bueno.
yeah, I can't. I can reach the threshold, but I can't. Or can I even reach the threshold? Can I, if I go over the threshold, right?
Over the threshold.
Yeah.
If you're at the threshold, I'm gonna be having you roll. If you're within 1 or 2 of the threshold, I'm gonna have you be rolling whether Kuroko, this orchestra, is even going to be playable.
Yeah.
Each session.
Yeah.
Because if you roll badly, and it's just gonna be a 1d100, and the closer you are to that threshold or on the threshold, the worse the harder the roll is gonna be. It'll determine whether Kuroko has literally a face stealer in her realm and it starts stealing faces.
Yep.
Or if the orchestra can keep it together. Alright, do you wanna reroll the object to the 1d10, or do you wanna roll to see? Because you gotta pick now. You can't pick later. You're gonna go right to 9, or you want to store power? Because I give you more power, the more charges it takes to get to the next level.
Yeah. I would rather store power.
Okay.
Okay. So I can't roll below a 9, so there's a 5.
Yep. There you go.
And then the next one, there's 7 total, right?
Yep. One more.
Okay.
Perfect.
Double? 2 5s.
So, it'll give you a charge to your bone.
Okay.
Yep. You get a free charge on your knuckle bones.
Wisp or not wisped?
These are all wisp.
Okay.
That was a wisp charge. Yeah. Okay. You feel much stronger. And then you hear the voices, "We will watch over you, yes. Things you still owe, you do."
Ask and you shall receive.
No, you are catatonically just unconscious.
Yep. For 8 whole days.
No, you're catatonic for 8 days. You are unconscious for 1d5 hours.
Oh.
Because you
Is
got the
that
double.
after? Okay.
No, that's first. That immediately knocks you out.
Okay. So do we want to add those two things together is what I'm asking.
Well, go ahead and roll your 1d5.
Sure.
All right.
4.
You immediately just fall unconscious for 4 hours. And then for the next 8 days, you are catatonic and just kind of
Yeah.
unresponsive.
I am laying down.
You are back? Yes.
And now I'm up. Of course, orchestra is still feeling it.
There's a price for power. Yes.
Yes. There always will be. That is just the name of the game.
The location of the task we may wish you to do lies in that direction. Yes. As there's a kind of a large claw that draws an arrow in the dust next to you. It's to the east, or wherever that is. The
So
opposite side of it.
I have a question, Matt. Was me using my dust artifacts in the level up a like a net 0 in this case, or was it even did I feel empowered from using these?
You felt protected, is what you felt,
I felt protected.
because there are individuals who are going to poach you. It's the same in like a wuxia novel where you go to break through,
Yeah.
and it's this big grand spectacle, and people for hundreds of kilometers can tell that somebody's going to go through a breakthrough,
Okay.
and they're going to charge in, and if you have enemies, they're going to fuck you up. This, what it did was it created a realm of anonymity.
Okay.
It didn't broadcast your ascension to the next particular realm up, because the higher you get, the less others can retrieve, because you're going to be needing more and more specific type resources, and you're
Mhm.
also going to be greedier for those resources, like you have been. I
Of
want
course.
more ghostly vitae. I want to get more resources here, more. But everyone else of higher
Wants
tier
also
also
wants
wants
more.
to do that.
Yep.
So, and also you are going to be wanting bigger ones. You're going to be wanting ones with the comet's tail. So, and you're probably going to be picking those up over lights that are far larger, but that have been defiled.
Right.
So, market's going to be tough.
As always.
All right.
I go east.
Okay. You follow the arrows drawn in the dust to the
Oh, it
objective.
keeps going? I thought there was
Yeah.
only one.
Oh
Okay.
no. Occasionally, when you stop and are like, "Am I going the right way?" It's just there's this invisible claw that draws a big arrow in the direction you're supposed to go. Um, Eventually start going up.
Up,
And,
eh?
yep.
Like an
Not
incline
elevation
in
wise.
dust?
Nope. You just kind of
Okay.
take a little like a left turnish at some point,
Right.
and you will end up here-ish.
Okay. I see myself. I see some interesting growths. Are they coming out of the dust or
Looks like some sort of spires,
spires?
different sizes, and they kind of just reach up and they glow faintly, just enough to barely be able to see through the dust that is now starting to pick up pace. It's kind of like not the calling of a storm, but high winds.
Okay.
And these things, when the dust blows through, they make a nasty static noise. Not a
Right.
not a whistling or a song or a keening noise. It
Mhm.
just blasts static, and it hurts. It's almost a physical blow every single step. But the arrows, you got to walk through it. Got to walk through this entire field of these static spires.
What do I feel like? Is this thing living or is it a
Uh,
structure?
I need you to roll a willpower test, and I'm going to make a number. I'm going to roll a number, and it's going to be a -10.
Okay.
-10 willpower.
Not an equals 10, John. A -10.
All
48.
right. You're able to concentrate.
Right.
The static is so nasty at this point, even your Vice Stealer self can't hold out. If Kuroko was here, you'd be dead.
Right.
These are you'd be bleeding out the ears. Your brain would probably hemorrhage. Uh, your insides would probably liquefy or shatter in your case. Like, this is nasty.
And this happens when the wind pushes through, right?
If the wind gets faster, this is going to get worse. And you're staring at a smaller spire. There's bigger ones further in
Right.
that make a
What I
lot
want to
more
try and
noise.
do is
Mhm.
I want to try and play tunes together that allow a space that the wind doesn't go through, and I want to see what happens when the wind doesn't.
It makes a low thrum
Low thrum.
around the little spire. When the
Mm,
wind doesn't pass through it, it just resonates. It's that bone rattling, tea shaking thrum.
okay.
Hurts to be around, physically, mentally, spiritually.
Okay. But is it worse or better?
It's better when the wind is not blowing. It is so much better because the static doesn't blast you.
Right.
You just get hit with a little thrum instead, which you are very accustomed to.
Right.
It's far more powerful. It's like standing next to a big old speaker, and it's just
Mhm.
hitting you with somebody's just hitting you with a single bass chord.
Single bass chord, eh?
It's a low thrum. Kuroko would remember this very well. It's the first thing you heard when you got in with the light static noise. It was far more powerful than the static, but when the wind started to pick up, the static got worse, and the low thrum didn't go away,
Right.
but it just accentuated and improved the effects of the static.
These seem like an integral part of this place. And sometimes you need to let go. And I won't do what I wanted to do with it. But instead, I will go along the periphery. The large ones are there too. And these spiral up high, don't they?
Oh yeah, they go very large. All right, gonna have you pull back a couple.
Sure, I'll go to here.
Yeah. So when you hit there, you're squeezing in between two super large
Mhm.
um, spires. And the wind's picked up.
Okay,
So I'm gonna have you roll toughness test and a willpower test, please.
sure. Toughness test. Double, and a
Mm.
willpower test.
Is it a double pass? It's a double
No, it's a
fail.
double fail. And 63.
All right, the willpower test was a pass, so that's good.
If anything, it nets it out, but it's up to you.
No, you're just gonna take straight damage.
Okay.
Ooh. Take 24 damage, reduced only by the toughness.
Okay.
Where is that sound effect I've been looking for? One moment.
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna try and make this not unbearable, but it's very important to the. TV static noise.
Okay.
It's that bad.
So 7.
All right.
So either way, I'm gonna go through some hard times, and straightforward.
You can make performances to protect yourself as best you can,
Yeah.
or do something else.
There's the first tune. There's the second tune.
Okay. You just want to run. You just want to bolt and follow the arrows as quick as you can, or
Yeah, no.
sightseeing?
Less time here, the better.
Okay.
Is it
Alright,
pointing this way?
arrows go straight up.
Straight up, as expected. I get to this point, and I'm like, well, yeah.
All right. As you try and make it through those last two, I'm gonna have you roll that toughness
Same thing? Yeah, I figured
again. But it's gonna be at a no negative. Wow.
Okay. Here's the first one for toughness, 43, and here's the second with willpower, 65.
You'll get away with
Both
it.
very close to doubles.
Uh-huh.
So I make it through the towers of death.
Yeah, that was awful.
What is their use besides the static? It is a good question. I'm here and I am surrounded by black.
As you walk, you are starting to slowly sink into the dust.
Okay. What about when I get on the
Your
bread?
turn?
Okay. I don't think I can leap across, can I? Not with what I have currently on me. So I will move my way over to here. Hmm. These black wisps, do they have any do they just have black ghostly trails, or is there any white left, or any of the wisps have the mist quality, or is it all just black itself?
No, they're all abscesses, and they all have comet tails.
They all have themselves comet tails though. Okay. Hmm. Nah, best not to mess with them. Is this a path through, or is this just a window? So I think there's a black thing here still, but I'm not sure.
Yep, there is a black thing.
Yeah, but I can't go across it, unfortunately. I will attempt to move across this. Are there any arrows here still, or just
Yeah. Or no, there's no arrows. There's just left you to this place.
left me to this place? Interesting. Hmm. Hmm. That's too bad if it is. What I'm gonna do, Matt, is why not? Uh, I'm gonna put this black charge here to get close.
You're starting to sink into the dust.
Oh, it just okay. I step back. Um, I'm gonna put this abscess inside my Gossamer bone cage. I've been able to sort all them so far. And I will accept if that's breaks it. But I feel like being able to store wisps and other
Um,
types.
Go ahead and make me an influence test, and then
Influence test.
actually orchestra.
Do you know just not to do that in a sense, or
Um, she. I'm just gonna call it Dustin Vitae
okay?
as a forbidden lore. With one check mark. Go ahead and roll me a Dustin Vitae.
I'll use one of my S3 roll. Oh, can't reroll it. That's it. I feel like it's the perfect thing to do. So I do it.
It'll destroy all of your ghostly Vitae inside,
I figured as much.
but you'll have a an abscess. The cage is fine, but it can only hold one type of energy.
I figured as much. But the question, though, I was able to hold multiple different types of wisps, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
The
this,
abscesses
it's
are
separate in a sense, right? I got you. I got you.
okay. This one you pulled an abscess with an amazingly large comet tail on it,
Okay.
like absolutely incredibly large. But you lost all of your ghostly charges inside.
Guess what, Matt? I only had one.
That's great. You did it with the big brain.
Okay. Okay. Step over here. Do the same to this one. Step over. Same to this one.
All right. This black thing has reached adjacent to you.
This black thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's close.
Following you around.
I see.
And when it does get close to you, something steps through.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is
And when it steps through and holds out a hand for you, you're gonna get more static than you've ever felt in your entire life.
okay. Can I play against the static?
This is a surprise round. You did not see this coming.
Right.
I'm gonna have you roll basically all of your mental stats.
Sure. I'll re-roll the influence with an S.
How many S you got left?
So I used 2 so far, and this will be my third.
How many you got left?
I only had 10 in my shield.
You may
Double on
move
the
away,
last one.
or you can do something. You may operate normally, but the static that comes out is overriding, overbearing, and all-consuming.
Right.
You know, the next time that this thing comes out, it's going to be, if you ever get an interaction like this, it's actually going to be harder
Yep.
to resist, as you are shaken to your core.
Of course.
What would you like to do?
What I would like to do is put into a particular situation. I understand that this thing is its place. It has control over the static. It is most likely one of the creatures that are made of this. Most likely. Especially with its black doorway. What I would like to do is send it back.
Make a decision quickly.
Yeah, I understand, Matt. So what I'm gonna do is continue to move and get out of its reach. If that it's playing. I will grab this one. Step over to here. Grab these two.
Just one.
Just one? Okay. And I will continue moving. See another one now. Gucci. I will make my way across here to this one here.
Agility test. You're going through a lot of
Sure.
um,
I understand.
collapsing dust. All right. You were nimble. You were quick. Jack be nimble. Jack be quick.
Make my way down here. Go around the corner. Grab this one. Continue making my way over here. And then I will do the same thing again with an agility test, as you wish. And I get sunk.
Make it halfway. You don't get sunk. It bogs you down. I
Okay.
get to move these a lot more.
I figured as much. And make it over here. Make it over here. Make it over here. Make it down to here. And agility test, do you want? Or
Yes.
okay.
Ooh.
Magic number 11. Collect this one.
Keeping track how many you picked up.
No,
I will tell you at the end then.
because I know you have them.
They're
on GA
all
level.
S tier abscesses.
Mhm.
Like these are all massive comet tails.
Work my way over to this one. Work my way over to this one.
Agility test.
Okay, sure. And with that cornering, I shall. Yeah, it is time to go. So I leave.
No.
I can't leave.
There's a boundary.
It's a boundary.
You step and the entirety of the dust around this place that was solid is now the sinking version.
Okay.
And there is no respite because you trekked here for a long time.
Okay.
The only respite you have are these stones that you can step on. Otherwise, you're going to start to sink. And you're going to start to flag. These will chase you.
I take 2 stones and I use them as stepping stones for myself, as sandals.
Trying to do so, you will
Have one attack me, I understand.
get a little friend.
I know it's coming this time. Can I use one of my artifacts to base it back with the thorn?
You can attempt to make a protective attempt.
Okay,
You're not pushing this away.
I understand.
all your mental stats are going to be. Well, let's determine your protective roll first. So roll me your performance, please.
Sure.
Okay, you're going to get base roll, but you're also going to be rolling physical stats too.
Sure.
They've gotten so much worse.
Here's a weapon skill, 5, ballistic skill, 78, strength, 49, toughness, 70, agility, 43, intelligence, 65, perception, 96, willpower, 15, fellowship, 57, and influence, 93. So I will use 3S to reroll my failures.
Do you want, if that's what you want to do, sure.
Yeah. So 3. Yeah. So I failed influence, I failed perception, and I failed ballistic skill. Ballistic skill. 9. Perception. A 19. And influence. 79. I roll worse. I did roll worse. So if I use 4 here, total, that will be my last est I have available.
Okay. Want to
Yep.
give it to me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So I'm going to have you roll. What do I call it?
What I want to do here, Matt, is I want to push my my vapor quality through my feet to attach these things.
Okay. I do need you to roll me a dust and vitae.
Sure. If I guess if it's even possible. 75.
Okay. You're not going to be able to outrun this thing eventually. Like, you can do it for now, but eventually it's going to catch up. If you leave this place, there's nowhere to hide and nowhere to juke. You can run, but this thing. Something gives you a very off feeling. But
Okay.
this. There's a reason you were directed here. This is. Whatever this thing is, what you contracted
hmm
the favor to is in this room. And if this thing won't leave you alone, you might be in a lot of trouble because you just got to find what's in here.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can use these shoes to jump around the edge of the map as long as you're coming back to the map. If you're going to run off,
I can't run off. That's the thing. I have to deal with these things. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is make my way as they kind of chase after me. I loop around and make my way down.
you going this way or are you going that way? Okay, you're going that way.
Yep. And I am running.
Okay, hold.
You sure? Surprise? Or just
No,
moving? You're just moving. I got you.
yeah. Just gotta navigate these a little bit better because they're moving out at the same time, and I have to. Okay, let's get rid of that one. Okay, you can continue.
Sure. The giant wisp.
Agility test, please.
Okay, still an agility test. Okay. Got you. Pass.
Yep.
I'm gonna suck this one up.
I need an influence test. That is the biggest
Big one.
app test you've ever seen.
5.
Yoink.
Okay. The tower.
It goes up in a ramp.
I make my way up. I see there's something here, Matt.
Yeah, there's also a super big abscess right there too.
Yeah, and
There's also one here and here.
okay. Do you need influence test for those two though?
No.
But I'm gonna get this thing here, whatever this is.
Okay, you need to
Check it out. Let's zoom in a little bit on it. Looks like a door.
go ahead and roll. You got the influence to pull the abscess. Okay.
Yep.
Actually, hold on.
Oh, sure.
I think I might be missing a token. It's not the right one. Oop. Yeah, that's what I was missing. That little piece of shit. All right, 1 moment. Okay. This thing.
I see.
That is a big hole, by the way.
Yep. I figured as much.
You have to do athletics or acrobatics to get at it.
Sure. Let us do an acrobatics because she is nimble. She is quick. Yoink. Hit the button.
Okay. These things seem to have stopped around this. All right. You hit it, and the door opens.
Okay. I'm gonna grab onto
Either
the.
acrobatics or yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. You have over 100, so you can just get in there if you'd like.
Yeah. I'll still roll for you, Matt. I could roll 100 and I could fail. So
Or you can roll 1. Who knows?
Yeah.
Fucking know. Yeah.
jump into it.
It's an elevator,
Oh yeah, I figured as much.
and then you just hear, when. Make sure you hit the red button after you go up. Yes. That is what we wish. Yes. Hey, you must. Yes.
I see. I see. So, I shall hit the green up.
So
I go up 1 floor.
sure. Why do you not allow me to do nice things, game? All right, you go up 1 floor. It takes a really, really long time. Interestingly enough.
Okay.
And you will find yourself.
So I go to level 1 instead of level -1 or 0?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'm in the elevator still, right?
Yep.
I go to the 5th floor.
It asked you to
Hit the red button after I went up, right?
Yep.
But I haven't stopped per se. Still going up.
Okay.
So yeah, I go to the 5th floor.
Okay.
And then I hit the red button.
Let me put your token here. All right. You get out, you hit the red button.
And the elevator breaks?
Yeah. The cables cut or detach completely, and the elevator goes screaming down and is destroyed.
I see.
The doors do not stay shut.
As expected.
And everyone just turns and immediately shoots you. Because the face dealer just walked out of the elevator.
As expected. What I do is I step into my subdomain.
Okay. You can that character's not there. Yeah, so you can step into your subdomain. That's fine.
Okay. You've been waiting for your plans to happen, Matt, and they have. I have unleashed the horde.
You've done something. I'll tell you that.
I just wanted it to be meaningful where I stopped. I didn't want to stop.
It was really mean happened.
Yeah. I was like, if you guys are gonna go anywhere, you guys are gonna go right there. You're gonna deal with that issue right now. Because what you're telling me, Matt, is that the doors didn't stay shut.
Yeah.
Is that didn't stay shut for all floors?
You only know that the 5th floor door is usually on every elevator floor when you leave the elevator, it closes and you immediately hear the elevator get called somewhere else.
Yep.
You hit that red button, which wasn't there before, and it was never there.
Yep.
Until it arrived on the lost floor.
Yep.
And you hit the button, all the cables detached, and it fell like a rocket.
Yep.
And the doors didn't close.
Yep.
Cables stayed. Cables drape all the way into the darkness.
Yep. So the only way to get around, I guess, is through my subdomain and teleport tokens
You can climb the cables.
or climb the cables. Asim Passim. All right.
Thank you for your time today, Johnny.
Hey, I'm glad
Got
we
you back
could.
into Labyrinth.
It's true.
Got you some serious power. You might want to look to upgrade that insanity.
Yeah, I just need merit, and you haven't been giving out any at all, so it is what it is.
Yeah, stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting down to it. What you spend on is what you spend. You might get one more big jump, and then you're gonna have to figure it out. Yep. Problem with playing so many different types of characters with so many different types of goals. You got basically almost one for each of your special Rokos. You almost got something devoted to them.
Yeah. Which is cool and all, but it just takes a block.
It is, but yeah, you tip your pretty much all your power or all your XP. But hey, you got a lot of got a lot out of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And now you can go right back to, if you go take the cables down, you might be able to see if you can pry open some doors if they're not already open.
I'm mostly just gonna let the 5th floor deal with the nonsense that comes from below. What goes up must go up.
Cool.
It seemed like a good waste. I mean, a good use of. I was thinking like, oh, I could go to the 10th floor and just unleash this plague upon them, but that's not something you really want to do all the time, because then they have more power because they're grabbing it easily from the 10th floor. But if they go deal with voidlings, well.
Alrighty then. Battle channel.
Yep, got me out. Got one more boost up. I think every time I go down, I at least get one.
I'm sad you don't get to play any of the audio I gave you, because man, I put a lot of effort in my audio.
What do you mean? I get to hear it, and that's the only person that matters right now. Unfortunately, you can't go back and be like, "Oh man, that was so good." But no, that's a me privilege, not the people that listen.
Well, do you have the original copies of them without the edited sound?
No.
Oh, you don't? Not at all. Man, that's too bad.
So this is how my system works, Matt. OBS Commander is played on one of the drivers per se. It's on my speaker high definition audio device.
I'm guessing it only picks up what's coming in from
My
the
headphones.
microphone. Yeah.
Yeah. What I could do is click it on my speakers. So I switch it over, and then anything coming from the web browser will also go into the recording, which is doable completely. The only issue is copyright. And
can't-
once I started getting
post, hey, all.
the automatic thing doesn't work like that.
It's
I
too bad
can't
that you
say.
can't just say all copyrighted material is
I know,
owned
right?
by their parties and thus, you know.
I know. It would be nice. It just, if I was gonna do it, I wouldn't be putting it on YouTube anymore. If I had like a private server stash kind of deal, I'd be like, oh, I can just go to this whenever. But
Fair enough.
since I put them on YouTube, for of course everyone to view and listen, if they
I'm guessing
wish.
you're not putting the private Dust adventures on there.
No, I am. They're unlisted though.
Mm.
Yes.
So they're private until the campaign's over, huh?
Yeah. And if he wants to go back and listen, by all means. But
Yep.
Keep your secrets, as they say. Okay. Now just to deal with this resource. One thing I like to try, Matt, the Black Mask of Devouring. Can it use the wisps and try and suck energy out of them for merit?
Which one?
The
The
Black
Ghostly
Mask of
Vitae?
Devouring, of merit devouring.
Are you talking about Ghostly Vitae?
Yeah, the black ghostly, the abscesses.
Ooh, you'll have to find out next time.
On Dragon Ball Z. All right, good session, Matt. We got myself up, so now we can help Patri out, and now we have to deal with my decision of. Oh wow, I got you, Matt. Spread it out into the world. What have you done? You've doomed us all. But have I?
I freed you, and soon you'll be freed from your face.
Ah, yes.
Ooh.
Well, Matt, we got the session done, so I can say thank you very much. It was 2 hours of your time, 2 hours of my time, and 10 seconds, and I'll end it for 2 hours exactly.
All right.